Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to go through some of my variegated plants, and these are my top picks kind of in each category because I have a lot of different types of plants here, ranging from like Hoyas to aroids to succulents to all of them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And yeah, let's just jump right into today's video. Okay, so I guess I'll start off with the Hoyas because I am quite the Hoya head, so I have so many Hoyas in my collection. It was really hard to pick kind of my top variegated ones, so I picked two of them, so I hope you guys don't come for me and not just like one of each category, but there's two in this one. So first one is my Hoya Obabagata variegata. So this one I used to not like as much because I thought it was a little bit overrated, but since it's grown so many leaves in my care, I'm like really feeling it now, and I can't believe that I ever even considered getting rid of this baby, but thank God I did not. And yeah, this one is a beautiful, beautiful plant. It has two separate plants in this little pot, actually in my wonderful cat pot. So this one unfortunately didn't come out the way I expected, but you can still see the cats. They're not as apparent as I would have liked, but still pretty cool. And I kind of like the glaze effect on this one. Very cute. On my Etsy shop if you guys are interested. Love this pot so much, and yeah, it's still available as of right now when I'm filming this video. But yeah, back to the Hoya. So this one is, like I said, the variegated Hoya Obovata, and the difference with this one and the regular Obovata is that this one, the shape of the leaves are not completely round and circular like the regular form. So this one does come out a little wonky sometimes, like as you can see with this one, not fully round. It kind of has a little like bend to it, same with this, but I don't particularly mind it. I like this one more for the variegation and the splashiness of the leaves versus the round one, which is, I like that one kind of on its own. Really, really nice plant as well. But since we're talking about variegated plants, this Hoya Obabagata definitely top of my list, and I really, really enjoy it. Next up is another Hoya, obviously, and this one is the Hoya Australis Lisa. So this one is also a beautiful variegated Hoya, and it has the most stunning variegation. It's like very cream colored, very like thin leafed Hoya. Obviously it's an Australis, and if you guys have a regular Australis, you know that the leaves are a little bit more kind of like flimsy. Flimsy sounds like bad, but just like thin, and like they're easily bent, so it's not very succulent like or very waxy like a normal Hoya is. But I would say the leaves come out really, really pink, and you know, over time they do fade. So with this one is a slightly new leaf, which, you know, lost a little bit of its pink over time, but as you can see compared to the other leaves, a little bit more pink still. Beautiful cat pot, very, very cute. And yeah, I wish I kind of did like an underglaze with like black for this. Definitely gonna keep that in mind for future creations. Very cute still, and I really like this Hoya Australis Lisa. Definitely made the list for top variegated plants. So moving along, I do want to talk about another type of plant. So this one is a pothos, and it's the Manjula Pothos. So also a very beautiful variegated plant. And the difference between this one and something like a marble queen or a golden pothos is that the leaves are supposed to be very kind of like chubby and round, very heart shaped. So it's starting to get that as it matures. Like you can see with this one, this one's a fat leaf, and same with this leaf. Very like pointy tip, but very like fat. But as you can see with the small baby leaves that it came with, this honestly reminds me of a marble queen, and same with this one. But over time, as it started to mature, it got rounder and rounder. So I really like the leaf shape along with the variegation for this Manjula Pothos. That's why it made the list for top plants that are variegated. And I paired this up with also a beautiful cat planter. Very cute. This one is more green versus the other ones are more like bluish turquoise. So those are kind of my colors. I really like pink, blues, and greens. Those are just like right up my aesthetic, and I really enjoy having a lot of my planters that color because I think it goes really well with plants, along with white pots obviously, but you know, when you get too much white, it gets a little bit boring. So that's plant number 3. Moving on to plant number 4, I do want to talk about a succulent because I really like my succulents, but obviously if I go through like the rare Korean imported succulents, a lot of you guys might not be able to get that. So I do want to shed light on something a little bit more accessible and people are more aware of. So this one is definitely one of my top variegated plants, and it is the variegated string of hearts. So I have this one kind of like just curled up all around the top so that it's like hitting the light a little bit better. Some of the leaves are flipped. I have some leaves over here that are upside down. When it's like fully pink, that's the back side. And yeah, I really like kind of seeing the pink against some of the green leaves and the cream colored, and just it looks really, really nice like that. I actually propagated a few strands to plant it back into the pot so that it can be more full. When I untangle it, it's actually getting pretty long, so I'm really happy with that, and I just want it to be a very, very lush variegated string of hearts. I find this one so much better than the regular string of hearts, which I also have in my home, and it's actually not doing too hot. The top is very bare and like it lost all of its older leaves and it just has really long strands. So yeah, you have to be careful with overwatering, underwatering, and make sure you give it a lot of sun so that it does really well in your care. So yeah, variegated string of hearts, very, very much enjoy this plant as well. Moving along, I want to talk about, obviously, my beautiful philodendron white princess. I've talked about this plant so much over literally the past year, and unfortunately I actually just broke off one of its new leaves when I was trying to touch it. So I'm really sad about that. That's why this little stump is right here. But otherwise, it's a very beautiful variegated plant. It has the most stunning kind of white variegation and just looks really, really nice. I find my plant is pretty highly variegated. Like, look at this, I have a half moon leaf, and all the other leaves definitely have more white than they do green, making it a little bit slower of a grower, but also a lot of people will die for like more variegation on their white princess, so I'm not gonna be complaining. I definitely like this more than the pink princess because unless you have a really good specimen, it's just like the pink doesn't really pop. It looks more burgundy and like it's very easy for that plant to revert, versus this, I don't hear a lot about this reverting as often as something like a pink princess. So if you're kind of deciding between the white and the pink princess, I would say go for the white. And yeah, it's just a really, really nice plant, and I couldn't make a variegation video without talking about the white princess because definitely one of my favorites and I just enjoy it so much. Oh my god, it's getting really, really hot because it's like summer and AC is not on yet. I just can't. Anyway, last but not least, I do want to talk about my Syngonium. So out of all the variegated Syngoniums, I think I still like the albo variegation one the most, versus there's like the Three Kings one, there's the yellow one, I don't know. There's just so many, and there's the pink one, but this one and the pink one, kind of up there. But I will be talking about the albo because I don't have the pink splash. And yeah, this is the Syngonium Albovaragata, and just very, very stunning. I have half the plant reverted, which is on this side, but the front side has a bunch of the variegated leaves, which is very, very beautiful. I like how the new leaves kind of look darker than the older leaves and just very consistent with the variegation, which I can't say that happens with all the other plants because some people actually have their Syngoniums revert very frequently and they have to keep cutting it back. I mean, obviously I have a whole back side that's reverted, but I don't mind kind of planting it together because they're both Syngoniums and they grow really nicely up moss poles. So yeah, very, very nice. And if you can get your hands on a Syngonium albo, I'm pretty sure the price is going downwards a little bit compared to previously, where honestly it was really hard to find and people were selling them like single leaf cuttings for like $100, and I don't even know how, but I would say a single leaf cutting is not worth $100 for a Syngonium Albovaragata. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and yeah, found it helpful one way or another. Hopefully you guys go out and buy yourself some variegated plants because they are quite awesome, and it's really nice to kind of see how each leaf comes out a little bit different because you probably won't get two of the same identical leaves on the same plant. So yeah, very, very cool how that happens, and just wanted to share. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.